Today, we are journeying back in time to ancient Egypt, a land of pyramids, pharaohs, and profound mystery. Our focus, a queen that history will never forget. A queen that combined beauty and brain, power and charm in a way that left an indelible mark on the sands of time. A queen that combined beauty and brain, power and charm in a way that left an indelible mark on the sands of time. Yes, we are talking about Cleopatra. Images of Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, flash across the screen. A woman of intellect, a figure of intrigue, an icon of beauty and power. She ruled over a kingdom that was the envy of the world, but her reign was not without its share of controversy and mystery. The Nile River flows majestically in the background, a silent witness to the rise and fall of this iconic queen. The pyramids, a symbol of Egypt's grandeur and Cleopatra's reign, stand tall against the backdrop of the setting sun. The screen then fades to black, leaving the viewers with a sense of anticipation and intrigue. As the echoes of Cleopatra's rule slowly fade, a question lingers in the air. What led to her mysterious demise? This is the enigma we are about to unravel. Stay tuned as we unearth the mysteries surrounding Cleopatra's death, a tale as captivating as her life. Was it suicide? Was it murder? Or something far more complex? Let's dive into the world of ancient Egypt and uncover the truth behind the mysterious demise of Cleopatra. Picture this, an iconic queen, a symbol of beauty and power, shrouded in mystery even at the time of her death. Yes, we're delving into the enigma that is Cleopatra's demise. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, a woman of intellect and charm, a figure shrouded in intrigue, and her death. Well, that's a tale as captivating as her life. The most widely accepted account of her demise is as dramatic as one might expect. After the defeat at the Battle of Actium, Cleopatra and her lover Mark Antony retreated to Alexandria. Antony, believing Cleopatra to be dead, fell on his own sword. A tragic end for a tragic hero. As for our queen, the tale goes that she chose to meet her end at the fangs of a lethal serpent, the asp. The image of Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, clutching the venomous snake to her bosom is a poignant one, etched into our collective memory. But is it fact or fiction? The truth, my friends, might be as elusive as the Queen herself. While the story of the snake bite is a popular one, it's just that a story. Some believe it to be a fanciful tale spun by the ancient Romans, a metaphorical representation of Cleopatra's exotic allure and dangerous seduction. The bite of the asp, they say, is a symbol, not a statement of fact. It's also important to note that Cleopatra was a woman of considerable intellect, well versed in the sciences and in particular toxicology. Would a woman of her knowledge and stature leave her fate to the uncertain venom of a snake? Or would she choose a more assured path to the afterlife? These questions lead us to the other theories that suggest Cleopatra's death might not have been a suicide at all, or at least not by snakebite. So, Cleopatra, bitten by a venomous serpent, or so the story goes. But is there more to it than meets the eye? Scene script. Let's rewind a bit, shall we? To understand Cleopatra's death, we need to dive into the events leading up to it. Picture this. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of Egypt's Ptolemaic kingdom, embarks on a passionate love affair with Mark Antony, a powerful Roman general. Together, they form a political alliance, their bond strengthened by the birth of their children. It's a tale of love, power, and ambition that still captivates us to this day. Cleopatra and Antony's alliance, however, was not without its adversaries. Antony's divorce from Octavia, the sister of the future Roman Emperor Octavian, triggered a war. This war culminated in the infamous Battle of Actium, where Cleopatra and Antony's forces tasted bitter defeat. The lovers retreated to Alexandria, their dream of a united Rome and Egypt in tatters. In the aftermath of the defeat, Antony, believing Cleopatra to be dead, fell on his sword in an act of desperation. The tragic irony: Cleopatra was very much alive. Left alone and cornered, Cleopatra was now in the unenviable position of having to face Octavian's wrath. The days following Antony's death were filled with uncertainty and fear. Cleopatra was a queen, yes, but she was also a woman in love, mourning the loss of her partner. She was a mother, terrified for the future of her children, and above all, she was a ruler, faced with the task of negotiating the survival of her kingdom. But Cleopatra was no stranger to adversity. She had clawed her way back to power once before, after being ousted by her brother. She had navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics, aligning herself with the likes of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. She had weathered storms, both literal and metaphorical, and emerged stronger each time. And so, in the face of despair, Cleopatra did what she knew best. She planned, she strategized, she prepared. She was a queen after all, and queens do not go down without a fight. With Antony gone, Cleopatra was left alone, cornered and perhaps desperate. But how does a queen respond in the face of despair? Now, let's shake things up a bit. Ever heard of the poison theory? It's the other leading contender in the Cleopatra death theory sweepstakes, and it's a doozy. The poison theory, as you might imagine, proposes that Cleopatra met her end not by snakebite, but by poison. But not just any poison, oh no. This was likely a concoction of her own making. You see, Cleopatra was no stranger to the dark arts of toxicology. She was known to experiment with various poisons on condemned prisoners, searching for the one that would provide a swift and painless death. This theory has its origins in the writings of the ancient historian Strabo, who lived around the same time as Cleopatra. He wrote that she tested the effects of deadly drugs on prisoners and discovered a way to die that was without spasms and without pain. But why would Cleopatra choose poison over the dramatic flair of a snakebite? Well, some historians argue that the snakebite story is a little too perfect, a little too theatrical. Snakes, especially cobras, were symbols of Egyptian royalty and divine power. It's an image that fits neatly with Cleopatra's larger-than-life persona, but perhaps it's a bit too on the nose. And then there's the lack of evidence. The snakebite theory hinges on the discovery of 2 puncture wounds on Cleopatra's arm, but there's no concrete proof that those marks ever existed. Plus, dying from a snakebite is a slow, painful process, not the quick, painless exit that Cleopatra was known to prefer. The poison theory, on the other hand, is plausible. It aligns with Cleopatra's knowledge of poisons, and it's a method she could easily have carried out in secret. But here's the kicker: we may never know for sure. The truth about Cleopatra's death is as elusive as the queen herself was in life. And that's part of what makes her story so enduringly fascinating. So, if not a snake, then poison. But could it be that simple? Now, we're in the realm of speculation and debate. Theories abound, but evidence is scant. The tale of Cleopatra's demise is as multifaceted as the queen herself. Beyond the well-known accounts of snake bites and poison, other conjectures have surfaced over the centuries. Some believe Cleopatra may have been murdered, while others postulate she died of natural causes. Consider the murder theory. Some historians propose that Octavian, the man who defeated Cleopatra and Mark Antony, orchestrated Cleopatra's death to consolidate his power. The argument hinges on the idea that a living Cleopatra could rally support and pose a threat to Octavian's rule. In this scenario, the snakebite or poison is merely a cover-up for a politically motivated assassination. On the other hand, the natural causes theory posits that Cleopatra, in her late 30s and living in a time when life expectancy was significantly lower than today, simply succumbed to illness. This theory is less dramatic, but it's a possibility that cannot be dismissed outright. The evidence supporting these theories, however, is as elusive as the sands of the Sahara. Historical records from the time are sparse and often biased, with many written by those who stood to gain from Cleopatra's death. Modern scientific methods, such as toxicology tests or DNA analysis, are of little use without a confirmed body to examine. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the debates surrounding Cleopatra's death continue unabated. Historians, archaeologists, and amateur sleuths alike are drawn to the enigma that is Cleopatra, ever hoping to uncover a new clue, a fresh perspective that might finally solve the mystery. Cleopatra's death, a tale of mystery and intrigue that continues to captivate us. Was it a snake, poison, or something entirely different? The world may never know,